Danelle is Fugate 1982 on TikTok, Darlie Routier's baby sister. People send me this stuff. I don't go to her page. I've never been to her page. I've never commented over there. People send this stuff. They get passed around in our groups. There was a vehicle we were able to trace back to the family of lead detective. The lead detective was Jimmy Patterson. However, there wasn't enough to really push it. The son was sus for sure. That's a bold ass statement. That's a very bold statement to blame Chadwick Patterson, who doesn't live in Texas anymore, and who was a friend to the secretary of Mulder, who had also been known to go to Cooper's office and tell him that his dad wasn't following any leads. His dad didn't follow any leads. But the question is, now that we know this, Darlie said Barry Fife's name out of her mouth. Barry Fife. He lives in Kansas now. Barry Fife. And the family isn't going after him because they're going to figure out that this whole insurance scam was a lie, and you could possibly get sued for blaming people of murder. There's also Ben Claiborne. That's another name. Names that Danelle needs to check out. Barry Fife, Chadwick Patterson, Ben Claiborne. Claybour. Why haven't you went after these people? You're blaming Chad Patterson because he was, his car was a 1994 blue old Scalade. That's what it was. It was blue. I think I'm going to have a talk with Jimmy Patterson. He just retired in September. Share this post with him. A lot of times people don't respond to me, but when they do, it's good. That's how I got interviews with Cyrilda and Beja and Charlie Sanford, and I've been able to talk to Gorsuch's wife. I wanted to speak to Nelda Watts, but she died. Mercedes Adams doesn't want to talk anymore because she got put out on blast. Mercedes Adams is the one that took Darlie back to the house after they released it back to them. I believe it was the day before she was arrested. And she was really concerned how Darlie was going to act when she went back in the house with her. And when she went in, she was looking for a reaction from Darlie. And Darlie looked at her and said, "It's going to cost me a fucking fortune to clean up this shit." And Mercedes said she asked her, "Darlie, is there anything you need to tell me?" She said, "Well, I'm going to get new carpet. I'm going to get new drapes. I'm going to, blah, blah, blah." Mercedes Adams is on my channel. I have a clip of her. You can hear her say it out of her mouth that the defense tried to get her to lie on the stand. Nelda Watts lived across the street from Darlie and Darren for 3 years. The day she was arrested, about 10:30 in the morning, Nelda Watts testified that she saw Darren and Darlie in the front yard near the fountain where people had stopped and left teddy bears and flowers and toys for the boys and wreaths, and that Darren would toss one over to Darlie, and if she dropped it, she'd pick it up and toss it back to him, and they were jumping up and down and clapping, and then they'd toss him in the truck. She also said that they took the wreath off of the fountain and dragged them around to the back. Now, that could be because they were dead. I'll give them that. But playing with the teddy bears like that and tossing them through the air, they took the stuff off of the fountain. She said that Darren crawled up, climbed up, took a flag and put it on top of the fountain. A flag that had been left there. I really think she's going to have a hard time with a new trial. I really do. It's too bad Nelda died. I'm trying to see if I can get a hold of one of her children. I'm also trying to get a hold of Karen Neal, Nick Neal, Rebecca Neal. But this right here is a bold statement because they weren't able to trace it back to the family of the lead detective. There wasn't enough to really push it. He is very suspicious for sure because he had been involved in another. He took a shot at somebody, his girlfriend, and he got caught probation for that. That doesn't, just because he was involved in another crime doesn't make him sus for anything. For that matter, you have Robbie Jean Key, who was married to Darlie, president of the Texas Corvette Collectors Club. He was convicted of grand theft in 1991 of a truck on his property. So does that make him sus too? Wow, this is a bold statement. Bold. Anybody but Darlie. I got a video of her looking right into the camera and saying, I would do anything for my sister. That's crazy. There's something wrong with this right here.